Hi guys, how are you? Jamboni, Saseni, bonjour. How are you today? It's Monday, a new day, a new week. We are so blessed. We still have sun. I'm so grateful. We're having over 30 degrees the last days and it's been awesome. I'm really being happy about it, getting my tan for the winter before it gets cold. That I have some tan that is going to keep me until the next summer, which is really, really nice. Very interesting. I love it. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for clicking that button of play and saying, I would like to hear what Lay is saying today. I'm really inspired, motivated. I love it. Guys, thank you so much for your messages, your inboxes. I'm so touched that there is somebody getting inspired out there. 10 years ago, I wish I was doing this, but I think I would not have a complete story. For you to be able to give a complete story, you have to be able to go through stuff. And it's not funny stuff. You have to be able to go through drama for you to be able to inspire somebody out there someday. So if you're going through a hard time right now, just know you are being molded. You are being molded for the future, for something that one day you'll build and say, God, I thank you because of my past. I thank you because you knew then that today I'll be a blessing to somebody's life. And I'm so glad. I'm very humbled. I don't take your comments for granted. I don't take your messages for granted. You really inspire me and I'm just loving it. Asanteni sana. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. Je suis très, très contente. I'm very happy. So guys, to get into the story, I'm going to be speaking about something that I just did with a passion, and I hated it with a passion, and I stopped with a bang. I repeat again, I did it with a passion, I stopped it, and I did it with a bang. Guys, I'm just trying to tell you, I don't know. I know this is not an easy thing because it's something we do with a lot of joy, a lot of cautiousness, but it's yet so risky and so dangerous. Gossiping. I used to gossip. I did it. But then I thought it was like catching up and letting the other know that you know something about somebody else. But if I look at it today, it wasn't something good. It was actually something very toxic. But by the help of the living God, I walked out of it. I walked out, just as people say, you who, I'm cancer free, with a lot of joy, with a testimony. I can stand today before a multitude of people and look at them into their eyes and say, I hate gossip. And why do I hate it? I remember when I came to Germany, my first year was not so easy, but it was okay. It was a new adventure, but it wasn't easy. The second year was drama because I was getting to know myself, to know where I am, and to really like look if this is a country I would like to settle or not. I remember I left the country. I went to the UK, and my plan was actually to live there because I thought it's easy to stay there. I mean, they speak English, and I thought, what can be better than just running away from a country that people speak something that you totally don't understand? And even in the first place, they keep a lot of distance. I think that's why the corona time we were not so much affected like in Spain, Italy and stuff, because already we keep space in Germany. In Germany, we already keep distance. People are very careful coming next to one another. There is this thing. I don't know if it has to do with trust. I don't know, but there is distance. And I really wish to go to a country where I would have something similar to Kenya. Not Kenya, but somewhere similar to that. And I thought the UK would be a nice place to be. I went there, but it never worked out. I came back to Germany because I felt like that's not what I wanted. And I thank God because He knew then that's not the place where He wanted to, like, that's not the place where I was supposed to stay. This is where He blessed me. My family is here. I got a second home here. Kenya remains. That's my home, my heart. But this is where the Lord has chosen to plant me right now, to bless me here, and I'm loving it. I'm thanking Him, and just I'm grateful. I remember before I left for the UK, I was a very sad woman because I worked for one company who used to assemble like metal parts for cars, and there were these ladies that just never liked me. They hated me with a passion. And I'll never forget when they used to sit in a small group during our breaks. And guys, when someone is gossiping, you don't need to be told they're talking about you. Of course, sometimes you do think negatively, and it's also very dangerous when you just see people talking and you think they're talking about you. You need to pray and do something about yourself because that's wrong and it can be real. Like somebody can see you, maybe admire, and because her facial expression is like sneering, you think she sneered at you, or they are talking and laughing and you think they're talking about you. This you have to get over. You have to find a way of like getting over that because it can be very disgusting and killing. But these ladies in this company used to talk about me. It was no secret, guys. I remember there's a time I was so hungry, and I went to the canteen where we used to sit and eat during lunch and whatever break. And I remember people were full and there were like two seats, but I was going to be like the center of attraction. And I just looked and walked away. Do you know what happened? Of course, the toilets are very clean. They did a good job, those who clean the toilets. I went and sat in the toilet and had my bread and my yogurt. I'll never forget. But when I finished, when I got home, I said to myself, Leah, this is not a place you're going to stay. I thought I'm going to get up in depression and like die. I don't know. So I started working on my paperwork to leave, and I finally left, but I came back. What I'm trying to say is these ladies who sat and just made me feel uncomfortable, they pushed me to the edge and I decided to quit. I thank God that I had a chance to go to the UK, check how life is, and come back here, and that I'm still here today and even inspiring somebody out there. Try to imagine if God was not on my side, if I was not strong enough, and these ladies just messed me, and I got into depression, I lost my ways, and I never stood up again. You know, there is nothing so bad like when you fall and you're not able to stand again. There are people who just lose their minds. And then you scare people saying, Atule dem alitupa mbao overnight. Utatupa, you'll throw timber, because when everybody's against you and you don't know whom to turn to, you'll grow mad, you'll run mad, you'll throw timber, people will laugh at you, say, oh, they are bewitched. That family is bewitched, that lady went to the UK, she got bewitched. No, people they'll make you crazy and make you look sick. Be very careful that you'll not let people sit in a group, gossip you, talk about you, envy you, and then go into your wall, lock up, and just get sick. No, walk away. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because I remember when I came back to Germany, you're in a place where you don't have family, you're all alone. Whom do you run to? You look for friends. And normally we look for people who we have some similarities. Like if you hear somebody's from Kenya and there is somebody who is from like another place, we like to we'll speak the same language and it's fun. It's even more fun when you meet somebody you speak like the same mother tongue, like Kikuyu or Luo. For me, if I heard you spoke Kikuyu or Luo, I was like, I'm home. So you try to look for people to come together, and then before you realize it, you continue like building the circle. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger, because that's where you like kind of feel you're getting your comfort. You make the circle bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you start. Don't forget, time is moving. As time is moving, you're getting wiser, you're getting to learn the language, you're getting into the corporate world, you're getting to work. It doesn't matter what kind of job you're doing, you get to share with your friends. Oh, my paperwork is not so good, I still need to sort myself in this and this. You're speaking out. And as you speak out, you're giving your information out to people that you don't even know. You just met them in a foreign country, and because you don't want to be alone, you try to come together. Tell them what you feel, because when you share something with somebody, it feels good, because then you've shared it. There's somebody who's going to give you a tip out there. Before you realize you've built a colony, then comes somebody who is maybe blessed with a rich husband, comes in somebody who has a better job, comes somebody who is less fortunate. They bring all this together. Before you realize it, maybe you get out of the circle, you get blessed, or you remain wherever you are, but then gossip comes in. In this group of people that you have, you start gossiping. I was in it, I know, and that's why I'm speaking about today. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed to say that I once gossiped and I hate it. God, Jesus, He knows in heaven, I hate it. Actually, I realize every time when I come to like myself in the evening, I ask myself, so Leah, today you talked on phone and you were talking with so and so and so. What did you get to talk about? What was it about? Because right now, if you're not talking business, I start to realize that I'm losing interest in some things. If it's something that is negative about somebody else, guys, that's not my strength. It's becoming a weakness that is just, I don't know. I don't like it, because it's not building me and it's not building them. I'm trying to look at it like, if I really have to change somebody, tell me something about this somebody and let me call the person and see how we are going to work this out. But if you want me to get into talks with you because of somebody and we are doing nothing about it, I don't have this time and I can't do it. I don't want it. I just chose not to do it. And I just want to encourage you out there. Maybe you've been gossiped by people. You've gotten to a level where you don't even know where you belong in the society. Your reputation has been ruined completely. You don't know where to begin again. Gather yourself. It's going to take time. You need patience for this. Gather yourself. Know what you want. And that's what the society will take you for. They'll not obviously if somebody was doing something really crazy, a very funny and stupid maybe example, maybe somebody was a thief. It was even once in the newspaper. She went to jail, he went to jail, came out and decided to live a clean life, went to school, studied and has a good job. People still remember the thief in him. It's him to convince these people that he's not a thief anymore. But don't use all your energy trying to tell people that I'm not who I used to be. I wouldn't use my energy to do this. It will be, I've chosen to live right, I'm doing my thing right. Stick to that. With time, they'll be forced to take that what you give to them, because once you know who you are and you like who you are content with that who you are, the society will take you for who you are. Build that intimate relationship with yourself in a way that when the public see you, they see you are one with yourself. Because this is something that you have to live. You have to live with yourself at every time. There are times we go to bed, when we go to bed, my kids go to bed. My husband sleeps and I sleep, but I stay with myself. There is no income higher than, self-identity. Your identity is the highest income you can ever earn. So, and you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself. Nobody will come and tell me, Leah, I look at you and I think you are this worth. No. No, 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 no. You determine. It's in your hands. You say, you let people know and take you for who you are. So, guys, your reputation has been ruined out there by gossipers because they are there. You have to choose what you decide to talk about. If it's something healthy, there are things you can update one another. Also, and so Gora baby, I'm so happy for her. I wouldn't look at it as gossiping. Guys who gossip, you know what gossiping is. Gossip is a killer. A killer, really. And imagine if you ever sat and talked about somebody, something so bad, and you know that it was a lie, because there are people who create things, gossip, and then they look so real. You make somebody fall sick. Really, you'll never have peace with yourself. I remember when I chose to say I don't want to gossip anymore. I think I don't know if it's a weakness or a strength. I usually choose to walk away. I just choose to walk away, have time with myself, and then check so and so never meant this, or you can feel it. You feel positive vibes, you feel positive gossip. If somebody comes and says, yeah, we were talking yesterday and I was telling so you need to meet Leah, or I'll feel it. You can feel, you'll feel positive gossip and negative gossip. And don't be this person who brings negative vibes into other people's lives. Don't do this. Really. Don't have these friends who just call you to update you. I was with so-and-so and she was telling such and such about so-and-so. You are always the one wasting your energy, your gas. You drive back and forth, collecting information from different events, different parties. Even go to church. You didn't go there to get blessed. You went there to see who came, or just to be seen that you are in church. Better the person who stayed home and never went, because you'll even go to that church before you leave the church. You are downstairs, you are gossiping with somebody else who was sitting right at the front next to the pastor. Why? Guys, let us learn how to bring one, and let's try to bring ourselves together to help other people. Check the best thing in somebody. If you see something that is not so good with somebody else, try to talk to them. And if you can't help them, imagine if you keep quiet, you are helping them better than anything else. You really help them than when you sit down and start speaking evil about them. It's not right, and it's not good. It's really, really sad. I sat and thought to myself, Europe is a place where you can easily get lost, because you don't know whom to associate yourself with. You fear. If I bring so-and-so to my home, I don't want to tell her about my business plans because she might, people even start suspecting you are a witch. You use voodoo, because I heard there is this voodoo. Thank God my mom never taught me voodoo. I thank God that I don't know what voodoo is all about. I don't even believe in voodoo. I think if I believed in voodoo, I would be dead by now. I don't believe in it. But you just start hearing stories like so-and-so is like this funny, crazy atmosphere. And I think in Europe or outside home in diaspora, it's really bad, because we are all desperate. We are really desperate, looking for friends, for friendship. And there is nothing so bad like trust, when you just wish to have a friend you can trust. But if you don't get this friend, my dear, don't worry. If you are married, make that husband your best friend. Make him your best friend, because if he's your best friend, he'll feel your vibes. And if you're not married, you have a boyfriend, be careful. Be careful before you know what's up. And if you are single, it doesn't matter, guys. There is one friend that will never, ever, ever let you down. That is God. And when you have this friend, he's also going to give you a peace of mind. You might even realize you don't need all these friends, because if you're living in fear, you don't know whom to associate with, because you don't know how they're going to be speaking about you. You go to an event, you come back, you don't even know what people are going to. Choose not to think anything negative about yourself. Build a relationship with yourself. Be positive with yourself. And before you realize it, you're going to be a very happy person. Your reputation, if it's bad and you'd like to work on it, be patient. Just do your best. Do you. Do you. If you're doing yourself good, you're good to go. The society will be forced to take that what you give to them. If they can't take it, then they'll have to leave it. And God will bring the right people your way. Guys, thank you so much. Today evening, we are going to be live. I'll be talking with on a platform, the Mentorpreneurship Club. It's run by Masinya Roduma. We are going to be speaking about challenges in life, and even becoming the person that I've become today. I'm not yet there, guys. I'm not here to tell anybody that I've made it. I'm still working hard. I'm thriving. Today I'm free. I don't work on Mondays. Today is my day to relax, go for some wellness, just feel good and calm down. And we are going to be speaking, and I'm really looking forward to this session, because I think we are going to be getting to understand some things. I hope I'll have enough time to speak, because I feel like I'm already burning. I feel like there are things I really want to let loose. They just need to be let loose. that they're going to help somebody else and they're going to depart, because I'm healing. Guys, nobody may believe. Somebody can look at you and think you're living a perfect life. I'm healing. I was hurt. I was really, really hurt. And I believe that I'll be an inspiration to somebody, just as you're inspiring me and motivating me. I love you guys. See you today evening, Mentorpreneurship. Mercy Nyaruduma. She'll be live and I'll be her guest tonight. See you guys from 7 o'clock. We start at 7. Looking forward to seeing you. Love you guys. Bye-bye.